Morning, everybody. We'll get started here in just a minute. Good morning, everybody. We're going to do something a little bit different today, so get ready for this. It's going to be exciting. I've got a live trade on right now in the futures market. I'll show you what that is as I continue to prep for next year, trying to get as many reps in as I can. All right. All right, perfect. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. It is time to start just about right now. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Good morning. This is Serge Berger here from The Steady Trader. This is our Set the Market morning show. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you're an existing recurring follower, please do that. Also, give us a thumbs up like. What we do here, we spend 10 plus or minus minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes sometimes, going through some of what we consider to be most important things, most top of mind things for the day, or at least, at the moment. Do something a little bit different today. I want to talk about momentum. I do want to just quickly share with you a live chart here in the futures market. This is just something I'm in right now. It's a live trade, and this is the S&P 500 E-mini. This is the micro contract here this morning. Just gives me a bit more flexibility to scale in and out. I'm currently short the futures market here, just I guess a pure day trade, right? So just very, very short term, but it's a momentum trade. And as I've been saying for probably the past, I'm going to say month and a quarter or so now, I've been getting a lot of reps in, just doing more trading. And I'm not necessarily talking about day trading only, obviously, that's not, my main thing, but I'm trying to do a lot more stuff because I think next year we're going to be very active. I think next year is going to be the year of the trader. It's going to be a trading year. And so I'm trying to get as many reps in as possible. So just to quickly share with you what this is. This is the S&P futures contract, the micro contract. I'm short. I've been short since up here. So now for 5, 10, 15, 25 minutes or so. And that's based on a sell or short signal we received from a momentum perspective. This is a momentum trade. Momentum, I think, is here to stay, up or down. It's going to go to different sectors, different markets, different asset classes over time. But algorithms are very momentum driven. And so you can see the previous signal we got earlier this morning. This is very early. This morning, it was like 4:30 Eastern time. We had a little buy signal. I rode that one up a little bit. And now we've got this sell signal. I'm probably going to get out of it soon, but it continues to work. So for the benefit of the next 5-10 minutes or so, I thought I would share this with you. We continue to go lower here. Again, purely a day trade. I don't know. Again, and this is not about day trading or not. It's about momentum, right? I'm trying to get people to think about momentum and what that means for next year. Now, I want to do one thing before we get started and looking at this also on sort of daily charts a bit more. We do have, obviously, in case you don't know, the Fed meeting today. And basically what that means is things are probably going to get a bit choppy here. So I'm actually going to probably close this trade here just before the open here in a few minutes. But we are watching some of the REIT stocks. So these are real estate investment trusts. And basically, you want to look at the right ones, at least in our view. The right ones would be things that are not necessarily office building related, but more in either the the either in the like healthcare industry, or something I'm watching very closely, which is like data center infrastructure. So those are really interesting, and I think, like, for example, Welltower, the ticker symbol is WELL. You can see on our market rover, it's been bullish trend basically since April of last year. It's still up about 67 plus percent, and we've now pulled back. So I'm watching this very close. They've got some alerts set to see that if we were to get another bump higher in these REITs, I would want to be involved. I currently am not involved in any of those, at least not on a single stock basis in the trading account. Of course, I own some in diversified long-term accounts and stuff like that. So that's something I'm watching here. And again, on the market rover, remains bullish trend. That's the green background color. And so that's something that we're watching very closely. Let's go back to momentum, and that's where I just want to spend a little bit of time on today. Thomas, as I said before, this is an intraday chart. It's a 5-minute chart. If you look in the upper left-hand corner, I know it might be a bit small to see. It's a 5-minute chart right there. And again, I'm not here to be, Joe day trader. I'm here to be talking about momentum, right? So this momentum that you can see here could also be something that happens on the daily charts. In fact, I want to spend a little bit of time on that and show you, for example, what this looks like on daily charts. Like, for example, here, this is Lululemon. I'm going to make it a little bit larger so you guys can all see this. Let me get rid of this here, okay? So you can see, for example, if we just go back to September, we received a buy signal, a momentum buy signal right there. And you can see it remains bullish momentum, right? You can see that it's up like 46%. So, as we enter 25 and finish off 24 here, we only have, gosh, let me see. We only have, so today and, 3 days this week, a couple trading days next week, and then the following week it's a joke, right? So the year is coming to a close very, very, very soon. But I'm trying to get a lot of practice in on being more active in the market. I think what we're going to see next year is a lot of this momentum stuff that might last a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and for big, big moves, and then it pulls back. Even if you look at, like, for example, Bitcoin, right? I can show you this. Like, Bitcoin gave us a buy signal. We had a little tiny, actually, let's just go back a bit first. Let's go to like September. So you can see in Bitcoin itself, and you can use IBIT as a proxy to that. So we had a little buy signal in September, and then that one got stopped out for a flat profit, because what we have is we try to go for a free trade target. And then we had a sell and that stopped out for, again, also that free trade target. And then we received a buy on October the 12th. And you can see Bitcoin's now up 65%, right? Again, so these are momentum moves. And momentum is such a big thing. And I think it's going to be in different parts of the market next year. I actually fully expect there to be a lot of momentum in the energy market next year. Materials, a lot of things where people are not paying attention right now. Speaking of not paying attention, I haven't been looking at this chart now for the past couple of minutes. So here, again, just a quick update on this trade. I'm still short these S&P futures here right now. I'm probably going to close it here in the next couple of minutes. But again, it's based on momentum. And so what we use something called the TST Trender. If you don't have the TST Trender, you can reach out to our team. Just email support@thesteadytrader.com. And they can help you get it. But the point is really, momentum is something that is fleeting, right? It jumps from one part of the market to the next, but it gives us big moves. Now, the market here is very quiet ahead of today's Fed meeting, but even so, look at the move I'm just capturing right now. I mean, it's something like, 22 basis points. I know that's a tiny move. I know, again, the market's very slow here ahead of the Fed. but still in relation to what the market's done for the past days, that's a big move in a matter of 30 minutes now, right? And it can so far continues to go lower. I would expect it's going to run out of steam at some point soon. Nicholas is asking, when you say 2025 more trader year, so yes. So let me try to explain what I mean. So let's just look at the S&P 500, or really anything, Nicholas. For the past 10 to 15 years, we have had a market that is not, it's not a trading market we've had. A lot of people think this is trading. I think a lot of people just don't have enough experience to understand what that means. What we've had for the past 10, 15 years is what I call blindly buy the dip, pray that it goes back up market. And it's worked wonderfully well. So a lot of people are extremely confident of their abilities to trade. So everyone's short options, selling short puts, doing all those kinds of things that are low volatility strategies. I think 2025 might be the year when a lot of that blows up. Notice I'm not saying that the market's going to blow up, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot more two-way price action, where blindly buying the dip on your favorite stock that's being touted on Twitter is not going to work anymore. It might bounce, but it might not go to an all-time high, and then people are lost, right? And so what we've had for 10, 15 years is not a trader's market. I don't think people know what that means anymore, or at least people who are new to the market. 5, 10 years in the markets is very new. So it's going to be tremendous opportunity, both from a swing trading perspective, holding things for a few days, weeks, months. But again, it's going to be very much realizing that it's not, we don't want to watch the S&P, right? That's worked very well for 10, 15 years. And again, I'm not calling for a crash. That's an outlier call that can always happen, right? But it's going to get much more difficult for people who are thinking they're trading, but really all they're doing is anything that pulls back, that has a chart that goes up, they're buying blindly. I think that's going to stop working, or at least it's going to stop working the things that have worked so well for a long time now. That's what I'm referring to. And that's why I think we need two things. I think number one, we need to understand what's a trend. A lot of people don't even care anymore what that means, and that's why they're going to blow up next year, in my view. And we need to have a momentum strategy. And that's what I'm trying to show you here with a live example. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying to show you, and I'm still in this trade. I should probably close it here in a second. But we need to understand that, because as markets become faster again this coming year and more news-focused, we're going to need the algos are going to adopt. And so the markets are going to get more nervous. Again, I'm not calling for a market crash. That's not the point. That can always happen, but that's not the forecast. We're going to have quicker markets. It's going to confuse a lot of people, because the market's not going to just hockey stick back up to the upper right-hand corner and make an all-time high. I think that's done for a while, at least in the things that have done that for 10 years now. So it's going to be much more of a two-way market. So we need to, be students of the market. Our market rover does a great job at that, of understanding where's the trend. And there's going to be a lot of trends that are going to break next year, and a lot of trends are going to emerge. Like, I actually think European stocks could do well next year. No one cares for them right now, right? But I think they could do well. Or value stocks could do well next year. So maybe not right out of the gates, but at some point after. This S&P continues to go lower, so I should probably take profits here. But again, you can see the momentum here continues, and that's really where the juice is. Now, if you are liking momentum, I should have mentioned this before. If you want to learn more about momentum, we are doing a webinar today at 11 Eastern. Let me quickly share this link with you guys in here. I'm going to quickly find it. And then if you want to join that, you can. I'll put it into the chat box here. I have to just quickly log into my webinar thing so I can grab that link for you. Let me see where that is. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to give you this link. For those of you guys that want to learn more about this, I'm going to do a bit more of at 11 o'clock. Yeah, 11 o'clock Eastern today. So in what is it now, 9:15? So an hour and 45 minutes. Let me post it in the chat thing here. Copy reg. It's right here. I need to refresh this. Here, if you use this link, or actually no, let me give you another link. It's even better. And in the meantime, let me address a question that just came in from Keith. Yeah, I'll look at your question, Keith, in just a second. It's a bit more involved, so give me just 1 second. Let me just give everyone the link here to this. What's today? This 18th, right? Here. All right. Here is the link for this session here today. There you go. And you guys can register there. It's free, obviously. It's just we're going to go into more detail about what I just mentioned about momentum, right? All right. Keith is asking, look at HST, please. Let's see here. HST. Okay. Nicholas, I'm not fully understanding your question, but I guess yes. So Keith is asking, look at HST. Okay, so we had a buy signal at HST. Let me bring it down with the trender. Well, so okay, on this, so this is on the trend. So you had a nice buy signal there. You reached your free profit target, Keith. There's no reason. The entry point was here. If you missed it, I wouldn't. There's no second entry unless the price breaks below these lines and then goes back up. So personally, I wouldn't necessarily get into this. I mean, the trade entry was there, so you can, and then just stop out when it breaks below that line. You can certainly do that. But to me, I would probably only enter this trade if we see it break below and close below this line, and then close back above both lines on the daily closing basis. We talk about that a lot in our member sessions that we do. But it's a nice trade that worked. What is working, I should say, is probably the better way of putting that. So, yeah. Okay. I'm actually going to close this futures trade now. So, for those of you guys that are interested, make sure you join us. I put that link in. We're going to go into much more detail at 11 o'clock Eastern today, 8 o'clock Pacific, and I'll show you how all this momentum stuff works. So we'll see you there. And in the meantime, have a great day, a good start again. Keep in mind it's Fed day today, right? So things can be a bit choppy. I hope it was helpful. And we'll see you back here tomorrow as well. Again, if you're new, please subscribe. Really helps us continue to do this. And also you get updated in real time when we do these sessions, right? So I know a lot of people get a lot of value out of this. So it's important that you subscribe so that you get a live pop-up basically when we go live, so you don't have to worry about getting emails and stuff like that on this. So good start today, folks, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow. And of course at 11 o'clock in the momentum session that everyone has access. It's open to everyone. All of you guys have access. All you have to do is go to that link that I put into the chat thing here, so you can join us for that free session at 11 o'clock, and we'll show you how to use momentum. See you there.